And this lesson 123, I thank my Father for his gifts to me. It's really just it's a beautiful lesson. It's not a very long lesson, but it's a lesson of affirmation, a lesson of truth, a lesson of thanks, a lesson of gratitude, a lesson of your reality, this concept of where God is, there you are, such is the truth. Same thing is reiterated, especially in this particular paragraph, where it's just saying, you're never abandoned. His love is forever and will forever remain with you and shining on you without change. That's like the hanky in your back pocket, right? So give thanks for that. And as well that you are changeless. Nothing can change you, whether you think you did your lessons or not, whether you think you are a good student or not, whether you think you're remembered or valued or not, you are. That's the truth. You cannot change your eternal truth. Give thanks as well that you're changeless. The Son he loves is changeless as God himself. That's pretty powerful. Where, as it said, in the one, we are one. We got to remember that. Nothing has changed our eternal truth. And that's one of the things that our wall of innocence, one of the reasons why we put that up there, is to remind you of the truth of who you are. It's so easy to forget our innocence. It's so easy to get caught up in the guilt and the unworthiness of the world, and I'm not good enough, and everybody else is better than I am, and all the guilt that we can feel about things that we've done or things that we haven't done, all the unworthy thoughts. That wall of innocence is to say, if you can remember a time, most of the time it's when we're kids, that we were innocent, that I was, nobody had judged me or condemned me or hadn't done anything wrong, then you can remember the truth. And the truth is, you've done nothing wrong even as your body got older. You've done nothing wrong even in your forgetfulness. The truth about you, as this lesson says, is changeless. The Son he loves is changeless as God himself. That's how God thinks about you. That's pretty powerful. It says, so be grateful. Be grateful that you are saved. Be glad then that you have a function in salvation. What's your function? You are here to be truly helpful. Not just to the people you like, not to the people who give you money. You are here to be truly helpful to, as Jesus would say in the Beatitudes or Sermon on the Mount, the least of them. We have to recognize the worth and value in all of us. I remember that song, what if God was one of us, like just a slob like one of us, just a stranger on the bus trying to find his way home. And I've always thought about that because he is, right? I mean, he is just the stranger on a bus trying to find his way home. Can we be kind? Can we be compassionate? Can we be understanding? And that's what this is talking about. Be glad you have a function. You have a function to remember the truth. Be thankful that your value far transcends any of the meager gifts and petty judgments of the one whom God established as his Son. It's basically talking about us. Be thankful your value transcends the little gifts and the petty judgments you have about yourself and you have about each other. God's not seeing that. He's only seen the truth about you, the actual truth about you. Today I was looking at my phone and I was checking the temperature. I was curious what the temperature was. And I don't know if you were like me, but I have on my phone the actual temperature and then it feels like. You have that? Let's put that up. This is what it says. Mine always says this. Do you have that image there to put up there? It'll say the actual temperature is like 67, but it feels like 56 or 65. I don't know if we have that, do we? Oh, okay. Anyway, so it'll tell you what it really is, and then it'll tell you how it feels. And see, the point I'm trying to make is you are God's eternal, changeless, holy child in whom he's well pleased. That's the actual. So many times we don't feel like that. We feel like 67 degrees when it's actually 72 degrees. We are a holy child of God. And many times in our emotional meter, it probably says, well, I feel guilty. I feel unworthy. I feel depressed. So if you have your little slide up there that says, this is what I really am, but this is how I feel. Or maybe you're like Philip who goes, I feel such joy today because I found who I am. I know who I am. Do we have it now? Okay, do we want to put that up? See, there it is. I just think it's kind of funny. It says actual and feels like. So it tells you your actual temperature is 69, but it says it's going to feel more like 67, it says. So what the temperature feels like as a result of the world, humidity, sunlight, or wind. This is telling you what you feel like as a result of your past, your future, all the expectations put on you. But the actual temperature or the actual truth about you is you are altogether changeless in the mind of God. So next time you look at your temperature, make it represent to you the truth about yourself. I am actually a child of God, even though sometimes I feel less than.